Xiaomi just launched a car with sliding floor rails, a fold-out fridge, and seats that can turn around to face each other like a living room. And it's not a concept car or a design study. It's a real SUV series going on sale in September, and it's a sign that Xiaomi has decided its car business needs a second identity beyond the driver-focused sedans that got it into the industry in the first place. This is the SkyNomad, and here's what it actually is and why Xiaomi built it. Xiaomi's first two model lines, the SU7 sedan and the YU7 SUV, were built around driving dynamics. Xiaomi wanted to prove a phone company could build a genuinely good performance EV and largely succeeded, with the SU7 Ultra setting Nürburgring lap records that beat established performance cars from legacy manufacturers. SkyNomad drops that entire premise. Xiaomi is explicitly positioning it as an intelligent, reconfigurable, large-space SUV built around passenger comfort rather than how it handles a corner, treating the cabin as something closer to a living space than a driver's cockpit. The project sat in development for more than 5 years under the internal codename Kunlun, and Xiaomi officially named the first model the SkyNomad N90. In Chinese, the brand name is rendered as Pengcheng, and it appears as its own wordmark on the front of the production car, distinct from the SU7 and YU7 badging. It runs a 76 kilowatt-hour battery paired with a 1.5-liter turbocharged range extender engine and a 60-liter fuel tank, an extended range EV setup, meaning the gas engine exists purely to keep the battery topped up rather than driving the wheels directly. Combined, Xiaomi rates the N90 Max at up to 1,705 kilometers of range, a little over 1,000 miles, which is a genuinely enormous number by any market standards. Pricing starts at 299,900 yuan, around $44,400. The actual innovation Xiaomi is selling is the platform underneath. SkyNomad is built on a new architecture Xiaomi calls Kunlun, engineered specifically to support cabins that physically reconfigure themselves. The platform uses a completely flat floor with no central tunnel or drivetrain hump running through the cabin, combined with a long-track seating system that lets seats slide much further than in a conventional SUV. In the N90 Max specifically, that translates to 6 sliding rails built into the floor and a center console that can travel 650 millimeters backward and forward. Xiaomi demonstrated the system converting into a face-to-face seating layout, turning the cabin into something closer to a small lounge than a normal SUV interior, and showed configurations built around fold-out tables and bed-like arrangements rather than a fixed row-by-row seating plan. A roughly 9-liter built-in fridge and a 21.4-inch rear display running Xiaomi's own TV software round out what the company is pitching as a genuine parked mode experience, separate from how the cabin is arranged while actually driving. Xiaomi describes 3 broad states the cabin can shift between: a driving configuration, prioritizing legroom, cargo space, and pet safety; a set of parked configurations that turn the same space into a workspace, a lounge, or a family activity area; and a software layer tying all of it into Xiaomi's existing human, car, home, smart device ecosystem, so the car's systems talk to the same ecosystem as Xiaomi's phones, TVs, and home appliances. A second sportier 2-row model, the N70 Max, carries the same flat-floor Kunlun platform and reconfigurable philosophy into a smaller package without the 3rd row. The timing isn't incidental. Xiaomi's EV sales reached only about 1/3 of its annual target through the first half of 2026, in a Chinese auto market where demand has softened alongside a broader economic slowdown, and competition among domestic EV makers has gotten more aggressive than almost any market in the world. Launching a genuinely new vehicle category, rather than another driver-focused sedan, competing directly with BYD, NIO, and XPeng's existing sedan and SUV lineups, gives Xiaomi a segment where it isn't simply fighting for share in an already crowded lane. SkyNomad is also explicitly built with an eye beyond China. Xiaomi has a European launch planned for next year, and a family-oriented, comfort-first SUV with this kind of range and interior flexibility is a more straightforward pitch to make in markets outside China than a track-focused performance sedan would be. Large 6- and 7-seat SUVs with heavily reworked interiors have already become a competitive category inside China, and Sky Nomad is Xiaomi's attempt to compete in that specific space using the same combination of software, hardware, and ecosystem integration that's worked for its phones, treating the car less like a vehicle and more like the newest device in a much larger product lineup.